Listen, right now, stop whatever you're thinking. Stop the noise inside your head. Stop planning. Stop worrying. Stop replaying what happened yesterday. Stop rehearsing what you're going to say tomorrow. Just stop and listen to this. Because what I'm about to tell you will change the way you move through the entire rest of your life, if you let it. We live in the loudest era in human history. Notifications, alerts, pings, feeds, stories, reels, breaking news, text messages, group chats, podcasts playing while you shower, YouTube videos playing while you eat, music playing so you don't have to sit with yourself. You are being bombarded every second of every day with noise. And here's the terrifying part. You've gotten so used to the noise that silence feels like a problem. Silence feels empty. Silence feels like something is wrong. Silence feels like you're falling behind. But that's not the truth. That's just what the noise has convinced you of. Because the noise, the world's constant chatter, the endless scroll, the opinions, the distractions, it doesn't want you to be silent. It doesn't want you to think clearly. It doesn't want you to know who you actually are. Because the moment you find silence, you become dangerous. You become someone who thinks before they speak. You become someone who acts instead of reacts. You become someone who builds instead of burns. And not everyone around you is ready for that version of you. Let me destroy a myth right now. Silence is not weakness. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is not giving up. Silence is a weapon. And most people have never learned how to use it. Think about every great leader, every great artist, every great thinker who has ever walked this planet. What do they all have in common? They knew when to be quiet. Newton sat alone under an apple tree. Einstein spent hours walking in silence. Gandhi used silence as a form of protest that shook an empire. The greatest warriors throughout history, they didn't scream before battle. They breathed, they centered themselves, and then they moved. Silence is not the absence of power. Silence is where power lives. When everyone around you is shouting and you stay quiet, you control the room. When everyone is reacting and you stay calm, you control the situation. When everyone is showing their hand and you say nothing, you control the outcome. Silence is not retreating. Silence is positioning. Here is something nobody wants to tell you. Most of your pain is self-inflicted, not because you're weak, but because you never stop feeding it. You wake up at 2 a.m. thinking about someone who doesn't deserve 2 seconds of your energy. You replay an argument from 3 years ago in the shower. You catastrophize situations that haven't even happened yet. You scroll through people's highlight reels and compare it to your behind the scenes. And none of this, not 1 second of it, happens in silence. All of it needs noise to survive. Your anxiety needs the noise of constant overthinking to grow. Your insecurity needs the noise of comparison to grow. Your fear needs the noise of what if to grow. Take away the noise. Sit in real, uncomfortable, confronting silence and watch how quickly those monsters shrink. Because silence forces you to face what's actually true, not what you fear, not what someone told you, not what your worst thoughts keep whispering, what's actually true. And most of the time, what's actually true is this. You are more capable than you've ever given yourself credit for, but you'll never hear that if you never stop to listen. Let me tell you something about the most successful people in the world. They are not the loudest in the room. They are not the ones who talk the most in meetings. They are not the ones posting every day about their hustle, their grind, their journey. The people who are actually building something. The people who are transforming their lives, building businesses, healing their families, rewriting their stories. They're doing it quietly. They wake up before the world is awake. They work before anyone is watching. They fail without announcing it. They learn without broadcasting it. They build in silence until the results speak so loud that nobody can ignore it. There is a discipline to silence that most people never develop, and it is perhaps the most powerful discipline there is. When you stop announcing your goals, you protect your energy. When you stop explaining yourself, you reclaim your power. When you stop arguing with people who don't matter, you preserve your focus. When you stop seeking approval from everyone around you, you find yourself. The most dangerous thing you can do in this world is become someone who doesn't need to be seen to keep moving. That is the person who finishes. That is the person who wins. That is the person who 5 years from now, everyone else is trying to figure out. Here is a truth that will sting a little. Every time you overshare, you lose a piece of your power. Every time you over-explain, you give someone else authority over your story. Every time you argue with someone who already has their mind made up, you waste breath that could have been used building something real. You don't have to respond to everyone. You don't have to defend yourself to people who don't see you clearly. You don't have to explain your vision to people who can't see what you see yet. Silence is not agreeing with them. Silence is rising above the conversation entirely. There's a difference between the person who can't respond and the person who chooses not to. The person who can't respond is controlled by their emotions. The person who chooses silence is in control of everything. Which one do you want to be? Because every moment of your life, you are either being led by your reactions or by your intentions. You are either being pulled by the noise or driven by your purpose. And silence is what closes that gap. This is not just philosophy. This is not just inspiration. This is a practice. This is something you do every single day, starting right now. Start your morning in silence, before your phone, before your notifications, before the news, before the world gets its hands on your mind. Sit in silence for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just sit. Just breathe. Let your thoughts settle like sediment in a glass of water. Wait until the water is clear, and then decide who you're going to be today. Most people hand their mind over to the world the moment they wake up. They check their phone and immediately inherit other people's emergencies, other people's opinions, other people's agendas, and they spend the rest of the day reacting instead of creating. Don't let that be you. Protect your silence like it's sacred, because it is. Learn to pause before you speak. The most powerful communicators in the world are not the fastest talkers. They are the ones who think before they open their mouth. They are the ones who let silence hang in the air. Uncomfortable, tense, heavy. And don't rush to fill it just because it feels awkward. When someone says something that triggers you, pause. When someone challenges you, pause. When someone disrespects you, pause. Because in that pause, you find the response that moves you forward instead of the reaction that drags you back. Learn to sit with discomfort. Silence is uncomfortable, especially at first. When you sit in real silence, no music, no phone, no distractions, all the things you've been avoiding start to rise to the surface. Old pain, unfinished decisions, honest conversations you've been putting off with yourself. Good. Let them come. Because you cannot heal what you refuse to face. You cannot build the future you want on a foundation you've never examined. The silence is not attacking you. It's inviting you to know yourself. And the people who know themselves truly, deeply, honestly, are the ones who can move through this world with confidence that nothing can shake. Every great thing in your life is waiting on the other side of your discomfort with silence. That business you keep almost starting, it needs you to sit in silence long enough to think it all the way through. That relationship you need to either fix or leave. It needs you to be silent long enough to hear what you actually feel, not just what you're afraid of. That version of yourself you keep chasing, stronger, calmer, more focused, more free, that person lives in the silence you keep running from. You want clarity? Stop talking so much and start listening to yourself. You want confidence? Stop seeking approval from the outside and build it in the quiet of your own mind. You want momentum? Stop announcing every move and start making them. History does not remember the people who talk the most. History remembers the people who did the most. And almost every single one of them understood at some fundamental level that before any great doing, there is silence. The silence before the decision, the silence before the leap, the silence before everything changes. That silence is not fear. That silence is preparation. That silence is alignment. That silence is the universe asking you one final time, are you ready? When you choose silence, you are choosing to protect 4 things: your energy, every argument you don't have, every explanation you don't give, every reaction you swallow. That energy doesn't disappear. It redirects. It flows into the things that actually matter, into your work, into your craft, into your healing, into the people who deserve your full presence, your vision. Most people never achieve their goals not because they lack talent, but because they talk their goals to death before they ever act on them. There is science behind this. When you announce an ambition to others and receive their acknowledgement, your brain registers a partial reward, and partial rewards reduce urgency. Keep your vision sacred. Keep it close. Keep it quiet. Let the results make the announcement. Your peace is not given to you. Peace is protected. Every time you choose not to engage with something beneath your level, every time you choose silence over a pointless argument, you are protecting your peace. And peace is not a luxury. Peace is the environment in which everything great is grown. Your identity. When you are constantly reacting to the world shapes you. When you are grounded in your own silence, in your own values, in your own voice, you shape the world. Silence is how you stay yourself in a world that is constantly trying to tell you who to be. Here is what it comes down to. You can be loud and busy and distracted and reactive and feel very active while making very little progress. Or you can be deliberate, focused, disciplined, quiet, and watch everything you've been trying to build start to come together faster than you ever thought possible. Silence is not passive. Silence is the most active choice you can make. It is the choice to stop living on the surface and start living from the core. It is the choice to stop seeking validation from the outside and start generating it from within. It is the choice to stop being moved by everything and start being led by purpose. You don't need more advice. You don't need more information. You don't need another person to tell you what to do. You need to get quiet enough to hear what you already know. Because deep down, beneath all the noise, beneath all the fear, beneath all the distraction, you know exactly who you are supposed to be. You know exactly what you're supposed to be building. You know exactly what needs to change and what needs to stay. You have always known. You just haven't been quiet long enough to listen. So here is what I'm asking you to do. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Put down the phone. Step away from the noise. Find a quiet space, even just for 5 minutes, and in that silence, listen to yourself. Listen to the part of you that isn't afraid. Listen to the part of you that already knows what's possible. Listen to the part of you that has been waiting patiently, faithfully, persistently for you to stop running from it. That part of you, that quiet, clear, powerful voice, that is not your doubt. That is your truth, and the world will hear it, not when you shout, but when you stand in absolute, unshakable silence and let your life do the talking.